Our verse for today is Matthew chapter 20 verse 18. It reads, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death." This verse comes from the third passion announcement of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew. That is the third time Jesus announces to his disciples that he was going to be persecuted and killed, but will rise again on the third day. The first time is reported in Matthew chapter 16 verses 21 to 23. The second time in Matthew chapter 17 verses 22 to 23. The third time here in Matthew chapter 20 verses 17 to 19. And there is still a fourth time in Matthew chapter 26 verse 2. In the first passion announcement in Matthew 16, Peter showed concern, rebuking Jesus and even praying against it, saying, "God forbid it, Lord. This must never happen to you." See Matthew 16:22. In the second time in Matthew 17, the disciples are said to have been greatly distressed. It is striking, however, that this third time in Matthew 20, the disciples didn't bother at all. Of all the passion announcements, this third one is the most detailed. Jesus told them how he was going to be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, who, in a flagrant miscarriage of justice, will condemn him to death and hand him over to Gentiles, who will mock his messianic claims, flog him, and kill him in the most shameful way known to their time, namely by crucifixion. Yet, the disciples showed no interest in what Jesus was telling them. They ignored him completely. Instead, immediately after he had finished speaking, the mother of two of them came forward, essentially asking Jesus to publicly declare his will, in which she was demanding that her two sons occupy the first two positions besides Christ in his kingdom. This obviously selfish request will sow a seed of discord among the disciples. We are told subsequently that the remaining 10 disciples became angry with the two brothers, for which Jesus had to give a sermon on what true leadership and true greatness is about, namely the readiness to serve others and not to sit in position of privilege to be served by others. The readiness to even sacrifice one's life as a ransom for others and not to sit in protected positions while the lives of those we claim to lead are daily being sacrificed, as we see too often among both ecclesiastical and political leaders in our days. A model of leadership akin to that which Christ describes as obtainable among Gentile rulers who lord it over their people and play the tyrant over them, dominating them and dictating over them. In this season of Lent, may we learn to be not selfish or indifferent to the passion or suffering of those among us and around us, but to show concern and imbibe the spirit of leading through service and sacrifice. Amen. Have a blessed day.